Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey, as today they take on Ursuline Academy. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Joe Frackleton on camera, and it should be a good battle between these two teams. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne 0-9-1 on the season as they look for their first win here today. Ursuline Academy is 2-7 on the season, and these two teams, they meet up on a yearly basis, and they typically meet up twice a season. And last year, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne got a tie and a win against Ursuline Academy. They got a 2-2 tie and a 7-1 win. So they are looking for more success against this Ursuline Academy squad here today. Ursuline Academy is a school out of Dedham. Ursuline Academy has gotten the better of the rivalry. In the last 5, Ursuline Academy has won 3 of those games, and then you have a loss and a tie, but they have won 3 of the last 5. So it should certainly be interesting here today. But Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, they have played some very tough teams very competitively, and they are certainly hoping to get in that win column here today. It should be a good matchup between two equally matched teams, as we are just about ready to get things started here, and we'll see if we're going to have the opening announcements or just go right into it. It looks like we're likely just going to go right into the action. So the teams are set to take the ice and get this game going here on HCAM. And we've had a good look at this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team, and you got some great returning players from last season, some new faces on the team, and of course, first-year head coach in Ron Chin, who's done a great job with this program. At center ice, Lucy Jean for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne up against Caitlin Conley, and we are underway here on HCAM. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne in their home white jerseys, Ursuline Academy in their away green jerseys with the gold numbering. Up the near side goes Avery Bent as she approaches. Back and forth we go along the near side boards. Sent out over to Byler, who's trying to send it towards the slot. No one there. Coming up the far side is Moave Kempf. She'll send it to the end boards. Along the near side with it is Isabella Nelson. Into Hop DS territory, sent over by Perdoni. And Savannah Rivera was trying to come up the far side. She lost the puck briefly. Sent over by Nelson to the far side. She finds Murphy. And that's brushed away by the Hiller goaltender. We'll get you your goaltender matchup in just a moment, as with it is Lenahan trying to work it out of Ursuline Academy territory. That's, I believe, number 30 in net, Casey McManus for Ursuline Academy. As that's sent to the high slot, a swing and a miss there by Lucy Jean. And for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, of course, you have Riley Cholera in net. She's done a tremendous job all season long between the pipes. Here comes Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Approaching is Lucy Jean as she takes a shot, and it's turned away by McManus. And we'll get a face-off at 12:59 left to go as the net came dislodged. Busy afternoon here at the New England Sports Center. A lot of hockey going on all around us. Caitlin Ghana on the face-off up against Conley. Here's Hennigan, sends it towards the slot, just gets past Norrid. Norrid gives it a touch to the end boards as Kempf tries to move it up. Here's Kempf. Backhander up the near side towards Bernazzani. Now to the slot. There's a shot. Turned away off the rebound. Another shot. That's turned away. Oh, no. It's going to be in. So on the initial shot, it was Clara Farley. It was turned away. Then Audrey Bernazzani came in and was able to just get it past Cholera for the score. And actually, I believe that might have been Caitlin Conley who got the last touch on it for Ursuline Academy as she snuck in there. I think there was a secondary rebound that didn't get out very far, and Conley got a piece of it to chip it in. So that score comes at about 12:40 left to go, a 1-0 Ursuline Academy lead. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne looking for some pressure. Well, we've seen touches of pressure by both teams. A couple shots for both sides as well. As the Hillers try to work it out of the defensive zone along the near side. Approaching, there's a shot turned away. That was off the stick of Avery Bent, the captain. Trying to gather it up is Rivera along the far side doing battle. Pass out to Bent. And now it's taken by Lenahan. Anki Lenahan approaching, takes it, wrister, and it's wide. Coming up center ice now are the Hillers, and she'll take it far side, leaves it over. There's a shot by Rivera, turned away. And now to the front of the net, trying to stuff it in, turned away by McManus. So McManus having a very busy sequence as Avery Bent was trying to stuff it in. Along the near side now, popped off the boards by Finnegan. With it is Isabella Nelson coming up the far side. Callie Arthur gets a piece of it, brushes it towards the boards. Here's Arthur. She'll take it around the net, switch it up to the near side. Jammed up along the boards. Backhanded into Hiller territory by Kempf, but now handled by Callie Arthur. She'll move it into Ursuline Academy territory. Along the right circle, Barroso. Barroso matched up with Bernazzani, and Bernazzani wins that battle. Bernazzani trying to get it out of the near side boards. Able to scoot it into Hiller territory. Brushed aside by Barroso. Pass to the far side, handled by Kempf. And Lucy Jean gets in her way. Good box out there. Jean takes a hit. And the puck dug into the corner. Lucy Jean comes away with it and flicks it to the near side. Shot towards the net off a defender's skate as Perdoni got in the way. Shot attempt by Isabella Nelson along the near side now. Hiller's looking for a breakaway. Barroso will be diverted. Here comes Lucy Jean sneaking into the slot out in front. There's a shot. Turned away. Nearly had the 5-hole. Lucy Jean along the far side. Turning it towards the net. She's getting tangled up with Conley. Along the near side. Into the neutral zone, and it's taken by Farley. It's Clara Farley with it along the far side. Good steal there by Lucy Jean. Lucy Jean, she could be a menace to the opposing teams. Very good handles, tremendous speed coming up the ice. That is someone that Ursuline Academy will certainly have to look out for. Avery Bent with it. Rushing in, that's off a defender. Along the end boards, brushing it aside Lenahan. Back towards the net now goes Norrid. Along the corner. Looking for a shot, and it's turned away. Good shot by Callie Arthur. Perdoni gets tripped up. And might we have a call here? Looks like we're going to get a tripping call. It'll be against Ursuline Academy. The Hillers are going on to the power play. At 8:11 left to go in the first period. Kaylin Clifford will take a seat for 2 minutes. Big opportunity here for the Hillers. Off the face-off. Good tangle up there with Barroso and Farley. Lucy Jean sends it out. Avery Bent with a shot turned away. Bent along the corner. Gets tangled up. Bailing her out, Barroso. Wrister, and it's just wide. Sent up the near side by Bernazzani. Around it goes. Finnegan will send it back to the near side. Barroso coming up the ice. She'll get diverted. Just under a minute and a half left on the power play. Out in front, sent away. Well, if you're the Hillers, you really need to try to take advantage of these power plays. Goals have been a bit tough to come by for this team. Very good defensive team in the Hillers, but they got to get their offense going a bit. Along the end boards, Nelson. Brushed to the corner by Barroso. Sent out by Bent. Rivera tangled up along the corner. Bailing her out, Barroso. And sent up into Hiller territory. Brushed aside by Cholera. Good send away for Ursuline Academy. 30 seconds now left on the Hiller power play. To the boards goes Rivera. Byler sends it up, racing up the ice now. Barroso. Barroso looking to close in, will be diverted around the net. Along the near side corner now. Gets tangled up. Able to get it out to Rivera. Rivera finds Perdoni along the far side. She gets a little tripped up. Sent up the ice by Burns. Power play has expired. We are at even strength. Along the near side. And we're going to have an offsides call here. We'll get a face-off at 6:01 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Ursuline Academy lead. Quick moving first period here. Back and forth along the neutral zone. Now it's taken by Farley off the attempted feed by Lemnicki. And that's sent towards the net. Brushed aside by Cholera. Getting contested is Bernazzani. There's a wrister. That nearly got through. Nice looking shot by Lenahan. Lenahan comes away with it. Approaching. Takes it. It's wide. Along the end boards. Popped off the boards over to Byler. Puck scoots out. Bernazzani sends it back. Perdoni looking for Rivera. Rivera lost it, now battling for it with Murphy. Into the neutral zone of Bernazzani. She'll give her teammates an opportunity to clear. Pops it off the boards. Around it goes. Gathered up by Lemnicki. Lemnicki gets contested along the end boards. There's a quick shot, nearly stuffed in by Conley. That was just a quick steal, and she was right there. Good save by Cholera. Perdoni sends it out. And that shot going to go wide off the stick of Taylor Green. Jammed up along the corner now. Ursuline Academy coming out with it. Well, I'll tell you, Ursuline Academy winning the battle, the possession battle in the Hiller defensive zone. Hillers need to change that quickly. Caroline Burns got that last shot off. Approaching 4 minutes left to go in the first period. Stick around at the intermission. We'll play our latest Hiller highlight package. All the action that took place last week. Approaching out in front, backhander, and it is put in. Barroso on the third attempt, able to backhand it in glove side. A nice goal there, great pressure by the Hillers, and they tie this game up at 3:55 left to go in the first period. That's what the Hillers need to do, crowd the front of the net and create mayhem. And they did a very fine job there. Caitlin Gunn on the face-off against Conley. Squirts out into Hiller territory. Coming up the near side, Callie Arthur. Puck brushed back into Hiller territory by Nelson. Popped off the boards by Thompson. Offsides here as Isabella Nelson crossed a little too soon. We'll get a face-off at 3:32 left to go in the period. Sent out by Bent. Here come the Hillers. Lucy Jean is going to get it over to Barroso, and Barroso chips it in. Just a beauty of a feed. And just like that, the Hillers have a 2-1 lead. Lucy Jean came up, flying up the ice, showing off that speed, backhanded it, and Barroso was just able to chip it in, glove side. You get a stoppage here at 3:10, offsides call. Barroso up against Burns. Up the near side goes Kelly. Brush to the far side by Kelly Murphy. Sent up by Clifford. In the Hiller territory we go. Sending it around, Hennigan. Here comes Perdoni. Perdoni flying up the ice. Approaching, backhander, count it! Reese Perdoni. Reese Perdoni out of Dover Sherborne, flew right up the far side, gets in front of the net, backhands it 5-hole. A 3-1 Hiller lead at 2:35 left to go in the first period. Well, I happen to mention goals have been tough to come by. So far, not very tough to come by in this game for the Hillers. Their offense looking very good. Jammed up along the far side. Popped off the boards by Farley. The Hillers just need to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Keep getting that pressure going. And try to run away with this thing. Along the far side, popped off the boards by Farley. Sent back down just to the right of the net by Finnegan. Along the corner now, and it squirts out up the near side. Under 2 minutes left to go, and what has been an action-packed first period. Finnegan matched up with Bernazzani. Finnegan trying to escape. Back to the neutral zone, sent up by Nelson. Good interception there by Arthur, who sends it towards the attack zone. Coming up the ice now, Bernazzani. Brushed aside by Finnegan. Trying to bring it around is Kelly. Well, the Hillers are beating as there's a shot turned away by Cholera off the stick of Nelson. Well, I like what the Hillers are doing defensively. They're getting right in the grill of Ursuline Academy, not giving them a lot of space to work with. And they're making any shot opportunity a difficult one. And it's paying off, as we'll get an icing call at 46 seconds left to go. Off the face-off. Towards the net off a defender. Perdoni pops it off the boards. Looking to send it back up, Kempf. Back and forth we go along the far side, but now escaping with it is the Hillers. Lucy Jean takes it. Little high there. Back to Jean now. Jean is diverted. Barroso chips it forward. Taken by Murphy. 10 seconds left in the period. Lubnicki sends it over to the boards. Perdoni. And that'll do it for the first period. Perhaps the best looking period of the season for this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team. Through the first, it's Hopkinton Dover Sherborne 3, Ursuline Academy 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Hockey on HCAM. On Wednesday, January 3rd, the Hillers had their first games of 2024 girls basketball. Hosted Holliston, Steve Spector and Mike Tarosian were on the call.
Three-pointer, it's good. Tegan Restaghini. The deep three off the front of the rim, no good. Hopkinton, Caroline's got the lane, and it's good. That's a big hoop right before halftime, 17-14 Hillers. Trying to work, looking for a seam in the zone. Holliston shutting those seams down. There's a deep three, and it's good by Davies. Really nice form on that. Davies over to Tegan, that's short. Holly's tough, she's a strong girl. Rips the ball out of the Holliston player's hands. Davies with a deep three, and it's good. She's just getting her rhythm down. That's her third three of the night, I believe.
The Hiller girls took the win 44-28. Elena Davies dropped 18 points for the Hillers and collected 7 rebounds in the win. The Hillers followed up with a 46-32 road win over Westwood on Friday, January 5th. The Hillers have now won 5 straight games and stand at 6-2 on the season. Also, on Wednesday, January 3rd, it was a Hiller girls and boys hockey doubleheader at the New England Sports Center. The girls started off the festivities versus Dedham.
I think that's how it's going to be all game long. Big hit delivered behind the net, and that shot turned away. And now it's going to be put in.
Dedham ended up taking the win in a hard-fought battle 2-0. Mary Stronach and Danielle O'Neill netted goals in the win for Dedham. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op fell to 0-6-1 on the season. Following the girls' game, the Hiller boys hosted Medfield. It was a wild first period.
Along the blue line, there's a shot by Wynn, turned away. Hayward trying to close in, leaves it out, and it's put in! And what a way to start for the Hillers! Connor Merkel makes it 1-0. For this beautiful program with some great information. Merkel's favorite player is Patrice Bergeron. Great choice. That's sent out in front. Oh, it's sent in! How about that? Jack Resnick makes it 2-0. He just snuck that one in. Over to the left circle. That shot is going to land in front, turned away by Jackson. Nice job by Jackson, continuing to contest Joey Nee, so we can go to get a secondary shot. But now Medfield going to put it in, and you had to assume it was just a matter of time with the two-man advantage. Pressure too much to handle for the Hillers with the two-man advantage. And it's going to be Matthew Dixon with the goal for Medfield.
It was a 2-1 Hiller lead heading into the second frame.
There's a shot, turned away, off the rebound, yes, scout it! Goal, Hillers! And it was Stephen Layton off the rebound, initial shot by Carter Moore. An opposing team to get back into a couple of games due to the amount of penalties. There's a shot, and it is going to be put in.
Both teams net a goal, and it was a 3-2 Hiller lead heading into the third period.
Circle back to Hayward now at the point. And there's a shot into traffic, goes Merkel. Puck sent back, high slot. Hayward, yes! Rings it in! James Hayward with a beauty!
The Hillers net another goal, and they took the 4-2 win over Medfield. The Hillers followed up the big win with another big game versus Norwood. The result of the game at Norwood was a 3-3 tie. The Hillers are now 5-1-2 on the season. On Friday, January 5th, 3-2 Hiller boys basketball hosted undefeated 6-0 Westwood. Myself, Tom Nappy, and Hopkinton High School principal Evan Bishop were on the call.
Good move from Ganson, senior captain.
The Dejan along the baseline, yes!
Right back to it.
Sam Dejan quietly has 7 points already tonight.
The Hillers led 17-10 heading into the second quarter.
And Tara trying to work the defender, feeds the corner to Dejan. Feeds it back, Willinson for three, yes! Cooper Willinson knocking it down.
Clock was going down, yep.
Actually, that was probably further than an NBA three. Pantera feeds it out. DeLuca, nearly lost it. Somehow able to keep it, gets it out to Cho for three. Yes! Gavin Cho knocking it down.
Great concentration from DeLuca right there. Willinson.
Pantera feeds it across to Dejan for three. Yes! Hiller's feeling it.
And a timeout for Westwood.
The Hillers outscore Westwood in the second quarter, 23-7, to take a 40-17 lead heading into the second half, and that would prove to be enough as the Hillers handed Westwood their first loss of the season and took the game 67-59. Sam Dejan led the way for the Hillers with 18 points as they improved to 4-2 on the season. Westwood falls to 6-1. On Saturday, January 6th, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Hockey Co-op hosted Westwood.
There's a shot sent wide of the net. Along the corner now. Trying to put it out in front, and it's going to be put in.
Westwood nets a pair of goals in the first period, and that would prove to be the difference maker. Westwood took the win 5-3. The Wolverines are now 4-3 on the season, while the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op fall to 0-7-1.
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready for the second period, and as we enter the second period, it is a 3-1 Hopkinton Dover Sherborne lead over Ursuline Academy. Well, Ursuline Academy took an early 1-0 lead, courtesy of Caitlin Conley, but then for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, Maddie Barroso at a nitbuck struck for a pair of goals, and Reese Perdoni struck off a great feed from Lucy Jean. Ursuline Academy with possession, as brushing it into the neutral zone is Rivera. We have switched ends. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne working right to left across your screen. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Joe Frackleton on camera. Set up the far side by Nelson. Trying to get it away is Finnegan. There's a shot and turned away by Cholera. It looked like she was going to glove it, but then dropped it, and Farley got in there. There's another shot turned away as Conley was trying to slip it in. Good pressure early in the second period from Ursuline Academy. Finnegan along the end boards will take it up. Ursuline Academy in the midst of a change. And they get it back. We'll have an offsides. We'll get a face-off at 13:37 left to go in the second period. So Ursuline Academy comes out firing on all cylinders, gets some good pressure going early on. Burns sends it into Hiller territory, tracking it down. Callie Arthur. Arthur sends it up. Slick surface out there. I'm seeing a lot of these athletes get a little tripped up. Of course, as you saw, the Zamboni was just out along the near side. Brushed away by Arthur. Here come the Hillers, Lucy Jean. She has some speed. Coming up the ice, takes it, trying to slip it through the 5-hole. It's covered up. Good save by McManus. We get a face-off at 13 minutes on the nose left. Back and forth battle here. Lucy Jean trying to come away with it. Sends it out. Sent away by Lenahan. Jammed up along the corner now. Lumnicki battling for it. Barroso trying to sneak it in. Turned away there. Sends it up towards Lumnicki along the left point. Puck squirts out into Hiller territory. It's a race. Brushed away by Cholera as approaching was Stella Zarsi, rather. Lucy Jean takes a shot just wide. Here comes Lenahan. Lenahan getting by a couple of Hillers, but then able to get it away. Callie Arthur sends it out. Turned away as I believe that was Perdoni getting a piece to knock it towards the neutral zone. Farley along the near side. Sent back down by Perdoni. Perdoni sends it to the far side corner. Handled by Nelson. Nelson looking to come away with it. Along the neutral zone, Callie Arthur. Getting by her, Bernazzani. Perdoni sends it far side. There's a shot wide of the net. That was from the blue line. Here come the Hillers. I believe that was Kaylin Thompson. There's a shot wrapped up. Sometimes the girls have their jerseys tucked in. Tough to see the number. That was indeed Kaylin Thompson with a nice breakaway there. We'll have a face-off at exactly 11 minutes left. Getting some precise face-offs here this afternoon. Jammed up along the boards. There's a shot brushed away. Avery Bent with that one. Jammed up along the corner. Byler trying to get it out of there. Coming up the ice with it is Moave Kempf. Looking to move in. Sent to the far side by Finnegan. Finnegan battles it out in the Ursuline Academy territory. On the top of the circle is Hennigan trying to send it towards the slot. Sent back down by Byler. Jammed up along the boards. Good battle for it. Getting a piece. Hennigan sends it towards the net. And now into Hiller territory. We'll get an icing at 9:50 left to go in the second period. Hiller is going to make a line change. You got the Maddie Barroso line back out there. They're responsible for 2 of the 3 goals. Along the far side. Actually, I believe it was the same line for all 3 of the goals. Along the near side, here comes Lumnicki. Gets a little tied up. Lucy Jean trying to come away with it. Here's Barroso approaching, and that's off a defender. Rush to the near side by Lenahan. She comes away with it now. Trying to squeeze between a pair of Hillers. Along the corner, Perdoni gives her a knock. Here comes Barroso. Barroso with authority. Approaching, takes it, turned away. Nice shot by Maddie Barroso. I'll tell you what, Maddie Barroso, she's not set to graduate until 2028, an 8th grader for Nipmuc. She has just tremendous skill with the puck. She's gotten some really nice looking shots off here today. Along the far side, Murphy. She'll be a huge piece of this co-op team for years to come. There's a wrister by Farley, turned away by Cholera. Gone pops it off the boards. It's stolen away as the Hillers were racing up the far side. Taken away from Kaylin Thompson was Nelson. Now back into Ursuline Academy territory. We'll get an icing. This faceoff comes at 7:58 left to go in the second period. Well, Ursuline Academy, they are stepping up the aggressiveness on defense and not giving the Hillers as much space to work with, and it's paying off here. The Hillers were getting a lot of shots off in that first period, not so much in the second period. Besides the few times they're able to sneak through. Here's Norrid. And Norrid lost the puck between her skates. Along the boards, jammed up. Caitlin Gahn battling for it along with Caroline Burns for Ursuline Academy. Gahn sends it to the net and turned away. On the far side, Callie Arthur matched up with Zarcy. Zarcy comes away with it, sends it over to Clifford. Clifford takes a shot and puts it in. Kaylin Clifford just able to scoot it by Cholera stick side. And Ursuline Academy is right back in the game at 7:10 left to go in the second period. We got ourselves a battle here at the New England Sports Center. Off the face-off. Along the near side. Rivera approaching, and it's covered up by McManus. To the right of the net. Lenahan sends it up. Here goes Bernazzani into Hiller territory. Farley gets tripped up. And I think we're going to get a call there. Yeah, we're going to get a tripping call. I think it was Callie Arthur. Or actually, let's see who this is on. Oh, it's going to be on Grace Hennigan. She got her stick down, and Farley just kind of ran into it. But just the wrong place at the wrong time there. So Ursuline Academy on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Sent away by Finnegan. Along the far side now, approaching. There's a shot. Going wide was Bernazzani. Ursuline Academy looking for the game-tying goal with this power play opportunity. 3-2 Hiller lead. Up the boards goes Callie Arthur. Towards the net. Turned away by Colorado. Secondary shot is no good. Jammed up along the corner. Bernazzani scoots it out. Farley matched up with Callie Arthur. Pops it off the boards to the left point. That shot deflected. Approaching, and that goes to the back of the net by Farley. Oh, that is going to be a no goal by Nelson. Went off the post. So it hit the post and went along the goal line and out. That just missed by a hair. I don't think you could get any closer than that without a goal. Unbelievable. 50 seconds left on the Ursuline Academy power play. Will the Hillers survive it? Ursuline Academy putting on immense pressure right now. Burns approaching, sent away. Good send away by Arthur. Callie Arthur sends it up the far side. Another good send away. This is going to burn a little time off that power play. Approaching Nelson. Good steal by Avery Bent. Bent in the high slot. That shot diverted. Getting in front of her was Lenahan. 15 seconds left on the power play. Put back towards the net by Callie Arthur. Callie Arthur, crucial piece of this team. So good defensively. Pops it off the end boards towards Perdoni. Perdoni looking to race up. Taken away. Here goes Clifford. She'll send it to the far side corner. Arthur bangs it off the boards up to the neutral zone. The power play has expired. Very good penalty kill by the Hillers. That was a lot of pressure to deal with there and to not give up a goal. That is impressive. Byler sends it to the right of the net. Off the rebound, Rivera, and it's covered up by Clifford. That was a great shot by Savannah Rivera. Well, the officials chatting here. Not quite sure what they're trying to work out. All right, we are ready to resume. 4:01 left to go here in the second period. Off the face-off. That is sent out by Barroso. Callie Arthur off an Ursuline Academy defender. And there's a shot turned away. Barroso tries to stuff it in. Lucy Jean puts it towards the net, turned away. Arthur puts it back towards the net, just wide. Along the near side goes Farley. Ursuline Academy able to clear. Callie Arthur with it. Gets it up to Barroso. Some good stick work there. Here comes Lucy Jean. Lucy Jean flying up the ice, takes it. It's deflected into the protective netting. We'll get a face-off at 3:07 left to go in the period. Avery Bent up against Anne-Marie Shea. And there's a shot turned away, nearly slipped in by Bent. The Hillers have gotten some unbelievable pressure the last few minutes. Here comes Burns, and she's diverted as Finnegan got in front of her. Pass from Marie Shea deflected. Into Ursuline Academy territory. Along the far side, Glennon trying to clear it. This is just a very even matchup between these two teams. This is a fun one. Just some great back and forth. And I think that's why these two programs meet up twice a year. Just a terrific rivalry they have formed over the last couple of seasons. Sent up the near side by Lumnicki. With it is Lenahan. She'll send it up. Racing up the ice, Caitlin Conley, wrister, turned away by Cholera. Shot from the far side into the slot, turned away. What a save by Cholera. That was a beauty of a feed from Bernazzani. But Cholera denies the shot by Farley. Along the near side now. Bernazzani sends it up. Farley gets a touch. Sent out by Conley. Hillers trying to get rid of it. Into the neutral zone towards Dylan Norrid. Norrid has a one-on-one, puts it towards the net. And it is wrapped up by McManus. Well, Nord probably could have went up a little further for that shot, but that was a nice breakaway. Barroso up against Conley. Sent out by Perdoni. Barroso gets in there, trying to get it away from Bernazzani. Lenahan trying to work it up the far side. It's taken away. Bent sends it over. Bent in the slot. Backhander turned away. And Bernazzani just misses on the rebound. Or excuse me, Barroso just misses on the rebound. Here comes Lucy Jean. Sends it back. Callie Arthur sends it up. Taking it is Clara Farley. Gets it by Lucy Jean. Callie Arthur trying to send it up the far side. Gets diverted. Arthur pops it off the boards. She's matched up with Bernazzani. Barroso. Over to Lucy Jean. Jean trying to close in front of the net, takes a shot, turned away by McManus. She just punched it out of the danger zone. Shot was in midair. McManus just reached out her hand and was able to hit it with the protective glove. And that will do it for the second period. What a tremendous action-packed period that was. Ursuline Academy gets one back. And as we head into the final 15 minutes of regulation, it's Hopkinton, Dover Sherborne 3, Ursuline Academy 2. You are tuned in to Girls Varsity Hockey on HCAM.
On Wednesday, January 3rd, the Hillers had their first games of 2024 girls basketball. Hosted Holliston, Steve Spector and Mike Tarosian were on the call.
Three-pointer, it's good. Tegan Restaghini. The deep three off the front of the rim, no good. Hopkinton, Caroline's got the lane, and it's good. That's a big hoop right before halftime, 17-14 Hillers. Trying to work, looking for a seam in the zone. Holliston shutting those seams down. There's a deep three, and it's good by Davies. Really nice form on that. Davies over to Tegan, that's short. Holly's tough, she's a strong girl. Rips the ball out of the Holliston player's hands. Davies with a deep three, and it's good. She's just getting her rhythm down. That's her third three of the night, I believe.
The Hiller girls took the win 44-28. Elena Davies dropped 18 points for the Hillers and collected 7 rebounds in the win. The Hillers followed up with a 46-32 road win over Westwood on Friday, January 5th. The Hillers have now won 5 straight games and stand at 6-2 on the season. Also, on Wednesday, January 3rd, it was a Hiller girls and boys hockey doubleheader at the New England Sports Center. The girls started off the festivities versus Dedham.
I think that's how it's going to be all game long. Big hit delivered behind the net, and that shot turned away. And now it's going to be put in.
Dedham ended up taking the win in a hard-fought battle 2-0. Mary Stronach and Danielle O'Neill netted goals in the win for Dedham. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op fell to 0-6-1 on the season. Following the girls' game, the Hiller boys hosted Medfield. It was a wild first period.
Along the blue line, there's a shot by Wynn, turned away. Hayward trying to close in, leaves it out, and it's put in! And what a way to start for the Hillers! Connor Merkel makes it 1-0. For this beautiful program with some great information. Merkel's favorite player is Patrice Bergeron. Great choice. That's sent out in front. Oh, it's sent in! How about that? Jack Resnick makes it 2-0. He just snuck that one in. Over to the left circle. That shot is going to land in front, turned away by Jackson. Nice job by Jackson continuing to contest Joey Nee so we can go to get a secondary shot. But now Medfield going to put it in. And you had to assume it was just a matter of time with the two-man advantage. Pressure too much to handle for the Hillers with the two-man advantage. And it's going to be Matthew Dixon with the goal for Medfield.
It was a 2-1 Hiller lead heading into the second frame.
There's a shot, turned away, off the rebound, yes, scout it! Goal, Hillers! And it was Stephen Layton off the rebound, initial shot by Carter Moore. An opposing team to get back into a couple of games due to the amount of penalties. There's a shot, and it is going to be put in.
Both teams net a goal, and it was a 3-2 Hiller lead heading into the third period.
Circle back to Hayward now at the point. And there's a shot into traffic, goes Merkel. Puck sent back, high slot. Hayward, yes! Rings it in! James Hayward with a beauty!
The Hillers net another goal, and they took the 4-2 win over Medfield. The Hillers followed up the big win with another big game versus Norwood. The result of the game at Norwood was a 3-3 tie. The Hillers are now 5-1-2 on the season. On Friday, January 5th, 3-2 Hiller boys basketball hosted undefeated 6-0 Westwood. Myself, Tom Nappy, and Hopkinton High School principal Evan Bishop were on the call.
Good move from Ganson, senior captain.
Dedejian along the baseline, yes!
Right back to it.
Sam Dedejian quietly has 7 points already tonight.
The Hillers led 17-10 heading into the second quarter.
Pantera trying to work the defender, feeds the corner. Dedejian feeds it back. Willetson for three. Yes! Cooper Willetson knocking it down.
Clock was going down. Yep.
Actually, that was probably further than an NBA three. Pantera feeds it out. DeLuca, nearly lost it. Somehow able to keep it, gets it out to Cho for three. Yes! Gavin Cho knocking it down.
Great concentration from DeLuca right there. Willetson.
Pantera feeds it across to Dedejian for three. Yes! Hillers feeling it.
And a timeout for Westwood.
The Hillers outscore Westwood in the second quarter, 23-7, to take a 40-17 lead heading into the second half, and that would prove to be enough as the Hillers handed Westwood their first loss of the season and took the game 67-59. Sam Dedejian led the way for the Hillers with 18 points as they improved to 4-2 on the season. Westwood falls to 6-1. On Saturday, January 6th, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Hockey Co-op hosted Westwood.
There's a shot sent wide of the net. Along the corner now. Trying to put it out in front, and it's going to be put in.
Westwood nets a pair of goals in the first period, and that would prove to be the difference maker. Westwood took the win 5-3. The Wolverines are now 4-3 on the season, while the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op fall to 0-7-1.
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the third period of what has been an absolutely action-packed game between the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Nipmuc Millis Co-op and Ursuline Academy. 3-2 Hiller lead as we head into the final 15 minutes of regulation. And this game has proved to just be a even matchup between these two programs, and just some great play on both sides. We've seen some great defense, some great shots, a little bit of everything in this one. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. Joe Frackleton on camera. Matt Clark back in the studio, making sure everything runs okay. Big thank you to all of our hard-working HCAM crew. In the center circle, Avery Bent up against Caitlin Conley. And we are underway in the third period. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne working left to right across your screen. Can they hang on and get their first win of the season? We shall find out. I mentioned earlier, last season these two programs met twice. The first game resulted in a tie, and the second game was a dominant 7-1 Hopkinton Dover Sherborne win. As that is sent out by Bernazzani before she got tripped up. Along the far side, popped off the boards by Kempf. Along the end boards now, sent out into the right circle. There's a shot brushed away. Off the stick of Farley. Jammed up along the near side. Who's going to come away with it? Towards the net goes Bernazzani. It's turned away. Good save by Cholera. Along the end boards now. Coming out with it, Finnegan. Into the neutral zone. Swing and a miss there by Kempf. Along the near side we go. Looking for a shot here, and great job by Perdoni getting in front of Emright. Emright had a good look, but Perdoni just got in front of her. Now there's a shot turned away. That was off the stick of Lucy Jean, who flew up the ice. Lenahan up the far side, matched up with Lucy Jean. Uh-oh, we're gonna get a trip here. Ooh, she's down. They're gonna check on her. We hope she is okay. All right, she's getting back up, very good sign. Anki Lenahan was tripped up when flying into the end boards, but very fortunately appears to be okay. And we are set for a face-off at 13:06 left to go in this third period. We'll see who the guilty party is on Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. I believe it's going to be Lucy Jean, and she will head to the box for 2 minutes. So Ursuline Academy is back on the power play. Off the face-off. Sent up by Byler. Well, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne has burnt off one power play successfully. Let's see if they can burn off another. Coming up the ice is Nelson. She'll take a shot off the post. Another shot there goes wide by Bernazzani. Along the far side. Into the slot, backhander turned away. Good save by Cholera as Conley tried to slip it in. And then Nelson is diverted as she was trying to put it back towards the net. Lucy Avery Bent got in front of her there. And now Farley brushes it up the far side. About halfway through the power play. Off the boards goes Callie Arthur. Nelson working it up the ice. Looking to approach into Hiller territory. Callie Arthur sends it away. Good send away there. That'll burn some time. 45 seconds left on the power play. Coming up the ice, Muave Kempf. Navy Kempf. From the blue line, sent across by Isabella Nelson. Arthur goes near side with it. Barroso flings it up. There's a wrister off of Barroso. Good send away. Barroso just all over the ice. Murphy going to take it back up. 5 seconds left on the power play. Into Hiller territory, and we are at even strength as Lucy Jean comes out of the penalty box and immediately gets involved in the action. Along the far side, here she goes. Flying up the ice, towards the net, takes it, yes! Lucy Jean gets the breakaway and puts it in. What a goal there by the sophomore. That makes it a 4-2 game at 10:48 left to go. Well, isn't that something? Lucy Jean was in the penalty box for tripping. She comes right out, takes the puck away, flies up the far side. There's a shot by Byler, turned away. Flies up the far side, takes the shot, and puts it in. Bernazzani sends it out, and there's a shot gloved by Cholera. We'll get a face-off at 10:30 left to go in this third period. Ooh, in front of the net, Cholera covers it up. That just took an unlucky bounce right off the face-off. Fortunately, Cholera able to land on it. Taking it around, Finnegan moves it along the near side. Trying to come away with it was Byler. And now here is Hennigan, the lone Millis athlete on this co-op team. Hopefully we'll start to see some more talent from Millis as they have joined this co-op. Certainly glad to have the Mohawks of Millis on board. As we'll get some changes here. 10 minutes left to go in the third period. Barroso on the face-off. Sent up by Perdoni. Avery Bent coming away with it. Here she goes. Oh, and was trying to get it to Kelly, and Kelly could not gather it up. Lucy Jean. Correction, that was actually Lucy Jean who was coming up the ice. The tucked-in jersey thing got to me once again. Barroso sends it up the far side boards towards Lumnicki. Back and forth we go. Lumnicki gets a piece of it. Burns trying to move it up. Runs into a pair of Hillers. Here comes Caroline Burns. And a good steal there by Lucy Jean. Jean flying up the ice, takes the shot, and a glove save by McManus. Well, a sophomore out of Hopkinton, Lucy Jean, just so good at separating herself and creating space to get good shots on net. Hillers keep control, gone. Sends it towards the slot. Handled by Nelson. Along the near side, Bernazzani sends it across. Norrid jammed up along the far side. Farley racing up the ice. Wrister and a glove save by Cholera. We'll get a face-off at 8:26 left to go. Along the far side. Popped off the boards by Kempf. Deflects out into the neutral zone. Moving it into Hiller territory. Nelson takes a shot. That was a bullet of a shot, but a great save by the sophomore goaltender out of Nipmuc, Riley Cholera. And now coming up the ice, Finnegan. Finnegan getting by defender after defender. Gets diverted a little bit there, able to pop it off the boards towards Norrid. Now into the slot, and it is going to be covered up as Gahn was approaching. Good pressure by the Hillers. Avery Bent up against Stella Zarcy. Top of the circle. Perdoni into the slot. Perdoni backhands it to the right circle, looking for Rivera. In front of Rivera, Lenahan. Lenahan up the far side. The Hillers are doing a great job of creating pandemonium in front of the net. And that's giving them some space to work with to get some good shots on net. There's a shot turned away and off the rebound, but goes bent, and it's covered up by McManus. Well, Savannah Rivera crashing the net on the initial shot. And a nice job by Avery Bent off the rebound, but a good save as Lucy Jean rips a shot off the glove of McManus. It goes. Perdoni along the near side towards the net, wrapped up. I'll tell you, Casey McManus has been busy in net. A sophomore for Ursuline Academy. One of the team captains as well. It's Ursuline Academy team, very young team. I actually don't see any seniors on the roster. There's a shot. That's turned away. That shot had some mustard on it from Lucy Jean. Yeah, they don't have any juniors or seniors. They do have some middle schoolers on the roster. There's a number of 8th graders and even some 7th graders on the roster. Along the near side, Perdoni sends it across towards Lucy Jean. Jean to Barroso. Here goes Barroso. Barroso just wide of the net. Along the corner now. Jammed up along the near side boards. Who will come away with it? Barroso flings it into Ursuline Academy territory. We've hit the 6-minute mark of this third period. Hillers up by 2, looking for their first win of the season. Can they hang on? Stolen away by Dylan Orrid. Along the far side, Norrid gets it out to Gahn. Gahn trying to move in. And Nelson gets in the way of that one. Into Hiller territory, and we'll have an icing. We'll get a face-off at 5:24 left to go in regulation. Well, we got a busy slate of Hiller action next week as well. Be sure to head over to our website, hcam.tv, to check out next week's broadcast schedule. It has not yet been posted, but should be sometime this weekend. Caitlin Gahn up against Julia Emright. Along the far side corner, Norrid gets jammed up, puck squirts out, and now looking for a breakaway, Kaylin Clifford. Clifford gets it over into the left circle. There's a shot turned away by Cholera off the stick of Burns. Into the slot. Sent wide of the net by Clifford. Jammed up along the boards now. Moved up the near side. And a good takeaway by the Hillers. Here comes Thompson. She'll push it towards the corner as the Hillers make a change. We've reached the 4.5-minute mark. Coming up the far side, Anne-Marie Shea. Rush back towards the corner by Norrid. Around to the far side, Perdoni gets in the way. Perdoni coming away with it, pops it off the boards. Avery Bad takes it off the crossbar. Good pressure by the Hillers. Bent with it. I believe that's Bent. Jersey tucked it in the back. It is indeed Avery Bent. She's a force to be reckoned with in the attack zone. Bent doing battle with Kempf. Along the corner now. Sent up by Kempf. Into Hiller territory, and that'll draw the icing. This faceoff will come at 3:24 left to go in the third period. Well, the Hillers dominating the possession battle in this third period. And this young Ursuline Academy team having trouble working it into Hiller territory. Hiller's just doing a good job at keeping the puck in the attack zone. Hannigan sends it around. Barroso pops it off the boards. Up the near side, Bernazzani able to send it up to Farley. She'll go wide of the net. Puck squirts out. Farley sends it out. No one there for. There's a backhander back into the slot area. Moving it up, Finnegan. Finnegan along the end boards. And sent up the far side. We'll get another icing call at 2:42 left to go here in the third period. It remains a 4-2 Hiller lead, courtesy of a goal by Lucy Jean at 10:40 left to go. Off the face-off into the high slot. Hiller's looking to get some added pressure there, but Ursuline Academy's going to clear. Bernazzani racing up the near side. Sends it wide of the net. Along the far side boards now. Looking to close in. There's a shot. Good save by Cholera. I don't even know if Cholera knew that was coming. It was a good shot with some mustard by Bernazzani. And what do we have here? We are heading back to Ursuline Academy territory. All right, face off at 2:08. Hillers 2 minutes away from putting their first win of the season in the books. Here comes Avery Bent. She's diverted. On the far side, sent out. Perdoni pops it off the near side boards. Gathered up by Nelson. Sends it up to Burns. Burns trying to escape. Lumnicki off the board she goes. Up the ice goes Kelly Murphy as it wraps around. Ooh, big collision with Perdoni and Clifford. They just kind of ran into each other. Perdoni was coming around the net. Clifford was closing in with some speed, and a big collision there. They are checking on Clifford. She appears to be getting up, which is always a great sign. So Kaylin Clifford got a little rattled there. She'll come out. Glad to see she's up and okay. Yeah, that was just simultaneous contact there. I'll tell you, you got to give credit to both of these teams. This was a really fun game, just an excellent battle. Both teams gave it their all, and this is a great rivalry. Along the far side. Back and forth we go. Over to Byler. Empty net for Ursuline Academy as they get the extra attacker. Along the far side now. There's a shot brushed away by Cholera. It was off the stick of Farley. Along the near side corner. Puck jammed out. It comes out now towards the blue line. Good hit delivered by Savannah Rivera to divert Farley. Now towards the net, sent rolling just wide. And we'll get a face-off at 26 seconds left to go. I believe that was Finnegan who sent it to the net, nearly had the long-distance empty net goal. You see Jean on the face-off for the Hillers. On the corner, Finnegan. Sent up the ice towards the net. It's just wide. Back to the Hiller defensive zone we go. That was Callie Arthur who sent it up. Lucy Jean up against Audrey Bernazzani. I'll tell you, this Ursuline Academy program, look out for them in a couple of years. They're a really young team. They got some good talent moving up through the ranks. Here come the Hillers. Oh, time will expire. Lucy Jean was looking for another goal and to put some icing on the cake, but time expires, and congratulations to the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Nipmuc Millis Co-op as they put their first win of the season in the books. They have played very hard through the first 10 games of the season. They had a tie against a tough Medway team and a number of games that were very close. And they were certainly getting anxious to put their first win in the books, and they do here today against a very good up-and-coming Ursuline Academy program. The Hillers take the victory 4-2. They improve to 1-9-1 on the season. Ursuline Academy falls to 2-8. A great effort by the Hillers and a great victory here on this Saturday afternoon at New England Sports Center. For Matt Clark back in the studio, Joe Frackleton on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time. The Hillers are victorious over Ursuline Academy by a final of 4-2. They get their first win in the books. We want to thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you again soon. Have a good rest of your day, everybody, and be well.